All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 9 of our Elm Creek Oats and Goats gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer. We got a really fun episode for you guys today. I can't wait to get into it, to be honest. We got to plant a bunch of oats on a whole bunch of new fields that we have. We just got a bunch of fields these last couple of episodes, but we're also going to build a brand new horse pasture. I'm really excited about it. I've got a fun little area picked out for us and kind of a cool design that I want us to do. That's going to be kind of the thing that we do while the fields are being planted. That and a bunch more. There's always chores around the farm, so let's get into it. Let's get into episode 9. All right, so I'm just leaving the goats now. Which shout out to I can't remember who exactly was in the comment section, but baby goats are called kids. That's fun. That's awesome. So we're leaving some of the kids right now. That's good. Good comms. I like learning that stuff. First thing I want to do here is I want to get in. Yeah, we can get into this John Deere 3650. Why not? It got enough fuel. Oh, we might as well fuel it right up, but I'm gonna go get hooked onto the planter so that we can get planting these fields. I want to. It's gonna take a second to plant all these fields, and this planter is good. It's not great. It always misses a bunch of pots, so we'll have to go back towards the end of everything and fix that up. But I think for the most part, I'll just get a worker going while we're building the new pasture area, which the new pasture area is gonna go right here, right to the left of us. That is where I got it kind of picked out. Since that field's pretty small, I always knew that we were gonna kind of like swap that out eventually, and I think that it is time to do that. So let's get started out here. Now, I kind of was thinking about leaving one of these fields as grass. Nah, I'm not gonna do it for this one. I'm not gonna do it for this year. Let's make sure I swap this over to oats. Alright, let's set a worker. Yeah, she can go ahead and she can just plant up a storm, really. We'll go through after and roll as well. Maybe that's what we'll do too, is let's get hooked onto... I'll fire this unit up and we'll get it hooked onto the rollers. And I'll just kind of pull it around and get set up so that we can get the fields all squared away while we're kind of building this new area. Which the new area is like not going to be that crazy, but I'm still excited for it because I've got some pastures that I can build that don't have fences, so we'll be able to make our own kind of custom fences. Maybe even put some stuff in. Yeah, we'll kind of just wing it, to be honest, but it'll turn out to be good. So let's just open this up. And I'm gonna shut this tractor down so we're not burning fuel. Let's jump back over and run, and we'll get into the build mode. Now I've already rode all the horses. They're all at 100% riding. They're all doing really good. Okay, so this is where we're gonna put the new pasture area, and I gotta kind of just do an overhead view here so I keep everything nice and straight. One nice thing about doing this is this field has already been built, so we've got like nice straight lines that we can follow a little bit, which is, I don't know, that's just me and my OCD-ness of it all. But let's go down into the animals and we'll jump over to the horses. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get this one right here, this fenceless pasture. It's a mod, but that is what I think I want to use for us. And I think I want to put it somewhere. We can always change this a bit too, because I can kind of cheat it to one end. Nah, we'll just do it right roughly in the center. Now you can kind of see, if I zoom in, there's like kind of these little patches of grass on the corners. You can kind of see where it's like, it'll give you a bit of a zone. That's where I kind of want to be. So right about there. Do you want to do a custom fence? Yes, we do. So I want to come over here. This is where I wish it kind of had a little bit better of like a line, like a custom, like kind of like a snapping line. But I think it will do. It doesn't really matter too if you're doing something like this, because the just as long as you know your area is going to be in from where your fence is going to be. So I want to have my fence kind of that's going to be on the edge of the pasture that we have. We'll plant some meadow. So there, that looks pretty good. I'm going to X out of that, and then I'm going to come down to our fences. I think I'm going to use, there's like this white kind of, not picket, but where is it? Too many fences in here. This one. This white like bar one. Now, if I go back in, the trick too, I might adjust this a little bit. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust something just a little bit, and yeah, I'm going to adjust something just a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, there. I just made a quick little tweak on the pasture. I just wanted to do it quick, but oh, we're not in lights. We don't want lights. We want fences. Okay. Let's get back down to where we were here. And let's grab this, and I want to start it right about there. And I'm going to bring it over two full panels. And then I'm going to put in a gate. Now the gates are a little bit tricky because I want to line it up just right, like that. And we'll go back to fence. Something. Now I'm also going to put a gate in this back corner, so I'm going to put a full panel in there. And right about there. I'm just going to try and zoom out here and try and keep this as straight as possible. It should stay, it's just kind of hard to see with the shadow of that. That should be pretty good. And there we go. There we go. Okay, so there. I heard a dog yawning over here. Let's go see what Danny's doing. Let's feed you, bud. We'll get some food in the container for Danny. Okay, so there. We've got a new pasture area set up. I'm gonna open this gate. And what I'm also going to put in here, there's a couple things I'm going to do. Let's go over to, is it decorations that I want? I'll have to go maybe look a bit. I had a mod, honestly, I had a mod installed and then I took it off. Just go, there's the outhouse. Yeah, I might have to put on a different mod, but there's going to be a few little things that I want to add in as like a quote unquote a decoration, almost like a building that's going to sit on the inside of this pasture, just so I can, you know, give the horses something. So if they want to get out of the rain a little bit, which it is actually pouring rain where I am right now. But what I want to put in here is I want to put a couple trees in for them. I don't know which ones here. How big are these trees? I want to put some big trees in here. How big are these ones? Good Lord. Oh yeah, that's a big tree. There we go. Now I'm also going to go around and I think I'm going to clean up just a little bit of this grass area that we got. So let me make this just a little bit bigger. Clear that off. Get this nice and cleared up. And then what I want to do is I kind of want to build a little bit of a road for us out front here. Keep that grass right there. I think actually though, what we could do is just do all of it grass right now, and I will like that, go like that, because we're going to be pulling through here with the tractor just a little bit to, yeah, I think what I want to do is I'm just going to go like this. Oh, make us a little bit of a road, or what looks like a road. Kind of do this with the tire tracks. I get like the dead ground. I kind of try and make some rough tire marks. Roughly, of course. Won't be super perfect, but it looks pretty good, I think. And then I'll do the same so that it kind of can pop down this way. And then I just kind of round these corners as if we've been driving through there a few times. Do that there, and I might do some patchy stuff here where the horses come in and out of. And there we go. That's our new area. Pretty not too bad. Now we got to fill it with food and such, which is easy. And also the nice thing, if we come over, let's go jump on one of the horses. The nice thing is you can just kind of ride the horses back and forth from pasture to pasture. So if I jump on, what do we got here? Penelope. Oh, bad jump. Let's go like that. Okay, Penel, let's go like that. Rough go here trying to get a horse out of there. Okay, we're good to go. But yeah, the nice thing is you can just kind of ride the horses back and forth from pasture to pasture. So it's easy for us to keep everything separate. I don't know what horses and such we'll put over here. But you just kind of can ride in, jump off, and there we go. Close the gate. Don't even really have to close the gate. They're not going to run away, but, you know. We'll close the gate. We'll close the gate. That's for sure. Okay, let's go check on tractors. What's going on over here? Our field. How's our field looking? Something tells me it's not looking. Yeah, see, the workers are good, but I don't know if it's just this planter or what it is, but for some reason it just doesn't go that well. That like this planter's odd because they won't back it up. They will only like spin in circles. As you can kind of see, they do like these loops. And then they just kind of stop randomly. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the planter or if it's precision farming or if it's kind of a combination of both. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is we should go take a look and see if there's some sort of a different seeder that we could get in the future. I mean, we could get this one, but it's 50 grand. Everything's so expensive and we don't really got the cash to do it. This one's 120 grand. Requires 200 horse, which we don't have. 230 horse, which we don't have. Yeah, really our only option is we're going to have to grind and make some more money. And unless one comes on sale or we just save up and we get a different planter, but we would also need a new tractor. We would need something, this would be a decent option. How wide does it go? 6 meters. Yeah. I don't know. I think we just fight through it for now. Or unless something really good comes on sale. I don't know. I do not know. But we will get it sorted. Okay. I'm going to just go do a little bit of a little bit of a messing around, and then I'll bring you back in 1 second. We'll go start putting some food in that new pasture area. Maybe we'll move some more horses over, and yeah, we'll get it kind of set up. Okay, so what I kind of decided to do is just do a little bit of a change here. I'm going to grab the 4755 here, hook onto the planter, and kind of go get started on these other fields before I start rolling. Just so we can use a little 3650 and I can use the front attachers to get the bales of hay into that new pasture that we built. And also we'll use the forks. We'll get some carrots brought over and yeah, just kind of get everything ready to go for that new field. So I'm going to start a worker on this. I'm going to jump over to this tractor. And yeah, I'm going to spin around here, put the front attachers on, and we'll go get some bales of hay. I don't really know how many bales of hay we're going to put in. We'll kind of have to see. I want to make sure I have like a good balance of food in there. I wish I had oats to put in. I really wish I had oats to put in. But we do not have any oats just yet. We'll have to get the oats in the fall. Which is fine. That's completely fine. I put some horses in there for right now, but I might move them back over. Just since there isn't oats in there. I kind of didn't really think about that, to be honest. But yeah, since there's not oats in there, I don't know how effective they're... I just want their values to obviously be the highest. That's the game that we play. Can we take all three, you think? Jeez. One fork, all three of these over. Oh. Careful. Careful. Can't hit any bumps. It looks like we're doing it. We're doing it. Nice. Good work, everybody. Oh, 3 of these might be too many. Because I think this thing will hold... Let's just jump out and look. 10,000 liters of food. Yeah, see... I'm glad I looked at that. Because 3 of these would have been way too much. Our balance would have been off. So in all honesty, what we're probably going to have to do is, like, take one of these bales. If I can just grab just the top one. I thought those bottom spikes would have grabbed it. My bad. Good lord. Not a good tractor operator, that's for sure. Alright, let's drop this food in. And then I think what we'll have to do... That might be too much. I'm gonna have to kind of figure out the exact balance of everything. Because 2,000 liters of carrots might be too much as well. I'm not too sure. We'll figure it out. You know what? What's the worst case scenario? We'll have to balance it out a little bit down the road. No worries at all. Let's go grab a pallet of carrots. We'll jump that in there. Or at least we'll bring it over and get it ready to go. I'll just leave those bales of hay there for now. Let's kick that off. Yeah, I'll leave the bales of hay there for now because it doesn't really matter. I'll probably end up putting them in on the little shed that I put in. Just for some sty points in there. Yeah, I put like a little shed in the corner, as you can probably see over there, just in case it rains or something. Want the horses to be able to get out of the rain. Those big trees will help as well, but I figured I'd do a little something else for them. I'm still just hooked on finding more of those apples. Okay, we gotta... There we go. All right, off we go. Off we go. Now, it's kind of weird that hay bale didn't get sucked right into this. It's almost like the food trigger didn't really register. Maybe we gotta bump into it a little bit there. Well, it took the carrots. We gotta put the hay right in there. Weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Doesn't really matter. We'll get it sorted. It's probably just something weird. Like, it probably just has to hit a sweet spot or something, and then it'll end up going. Now I got it stuck on my forks. Oh, God. Well, that's where it's going to sit for right now. That's where it's going to sit for right now, I think. I think I'll just leave that as is, and I'm going to go back over, drop these forks off, and go just start rolling these fields so that we can get planting all finished up. I'm going to have to kind of jump in that tractor as we go just to... It kind of misses the corners of the field, so I got to go back and just make sure that, like, that nothing gets missed. I'm going to hook back onto these bale spikes, though, just so that's what's connected on this. I might have to go mess around with some of that, with that field a little bit, or that, like, pasture, and see why it's not taking that bale in. Again, it's probably just something weird, but I'll get it sorted. Figured right out. So, I'm going to just go mess with that for a second. Then I'll come back over and we'll kind of pick up where we left off with rolling. I'll get a worker started on one of these fields and we'll just kind of continue along with planting and rolling these fields. Right, so I got our 3650s out, rolling the fields. I'm just going to spin around and get a few more. I'm going to load this thing up with seeds. I mean, we probably got enough to finish. Yeah, actually, I don't really know if we got enough to finish, but I'm going to just kind of spin by the barn here and load up with some seeds. I would load up with fertilizer, but I kind of don't need it. It's better just to fertilize through the precision farming. I like through that. I don't know. I don't really know if it's the best if I need to worry about it while I'm planting. I don't really know. Seems like I don't, but I'm gonna try it because I let this thing run out in that first field, and I just didn't go. I didn't bother doing anything other than that. Like I didn't bother trying to go fill it up and re-fertilize, and I thought, no, I'll just try and apply the nitrogen as we need it, like after everything's planted, because you really only got to do it in one pass, anyways. It seems like. So yeah, that's what I'm just testing out right now. Now, also, let's go check a look. Yeah, let's go see what this tractor's doing. So I was able to get the food in that pasture. I just kind of had to kind of like mess with it a little bit. Like I said, there's kind of like a bit of a sweet spot, but it ended up taking it in. And then I kind of was thinking, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up running up to the store and just getting some bags of horse food, just that I can put in there, some bags of oats. Because I think it's about 1,400 bucks for a bag. So if I go grab a couple bags, I'll do that and just throw it in that new pasture. So that'll be enough food for them till we harvest all these oats. But this field is almost done being rolled. Just working on the headlands now. Dangerously close. Looks like I think that's a barley field behind us. I think. Not because I can tell from looking at it because I'm like some super smart guy, but I'm pretty sure I looked either on the map or something and knew that it was barley. Let's go to yes, barley. Oh, lots of barley fields around us and an oat field. Nice. We're gonna be surrounded by grain. What are these other fields? Corn, sunflowers, sugarcane, which I never really like doing if I'm being honest. What are these other fields? Did we click on like everything? I guess I didn't click on like the rice, but I knew it wasn't like a rice field. All right then. Maybe it's nothing. Nothing's probably planted there yet. That's probably why. All right, let's get this thing. Actually, I'll leave it unfolded. And let's go get started on this other field. I'll get started on this other field, and then I'm gonna run up to the store and get some horse food, and then I'll meet you guys back. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get a worker started on this. I'm gonna run up to the store and get some. I'll get the crew up there to load us up some bags of food, and then yeah, we'll come back to the farm and drop that off. I won't be able to unload it until we're done planting and rolling these fields and such. But yeah, I'll at least get it back to the farm. All right, the crew got us all loaded up here. I'm just gonna kind of spin around and head out, but before I go, I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna take one lap around the store here and see if I can see any collectibles. Oh, do I want to drive in there? Yeah, let's drive in there. Although I think what the rule should be is I can only pick up the collectibles if I'm on a horse. I'm gonna be. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, but that'll be the new rule. We can only do it if we're on the horse. I wonder if there's any more. That way we got to ride around and go find them and pick them up. I know I picked up some when we were checking out the cave and I wasn't on the horse, but I think yeah, I think that'll be the new rule. We can only pick it up when we're on the horse. So we know there's one up here. Nice. That means we've got to ride all the way up here. I wonder if there's any more. Collectibles just became this side quest that I didn't even really expect at all, but it's fun. I wonder if there's one kicking around here. Nah, we'll figure it out after. Okay, but we know there's one up there. We just got to ride up there and get it. I think that'll be better. That at least that'll force me to have to ride around the whole map. It won't just be like I can cruise around in the truck and go find them. We would have to ride like because there's like going to be some. There's going to be some like up here. Like obviously we found a bunch here. There's going to be some in the corn maze, all up in here. So it'd be like a far ride, but that might be what we have to do like in the winter time and stuff when we're just waiting in the fall. We'll go ride around and see how many collectibles that we can find. So let's go over here. And I think I'll just park the truck. Yeah, I'll probably just honestly park the truck just like this. Right there. Open that tailgate. We'll shut this thing down. Jump out of it. Let's go jump in this tractor and just see. Yeah, if we zoom in on our map, see how this plant is going. Not too bad. Not too bad. I can't wait till we can get field number 4. 64,000 bucks. Now, we'll be able to get that once we sell off some of the horses. Let's go take a look at the... Oh, yes, because we got 2 of these now. So I put all the mares in our new pasture, put the ladies in the new penthouse, you know what I mean? And the boys got the OG barn. The stallions are in there. This must be Groovy. Yeah, Groovy will probably get up to about that $30,000, that 30,000 mark, which is going to be awesome value level. This is a brand new horse. Like Mufasa is so young, 2 months old, already worth almost 5K. Same with Applejack, 1 month old and worth 5K. So like these horses will be really, really valuable as the time goes on, and we didn't have to spend anything. So I'm actually going to have to put them into the spreadsheet. I'll put them in the spreadsheet, and they're just going to be no purchase price. They'll be just sale prices. And I think I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to have the pasture set up so that the mares and the stallions are apart so that we can control when they start to breed. So that way we can bring in one of the stallions just into the pasture whenever we're ready to breed those mares. And then we can also kind of pick which stallion we put in, like whatever our highest value stallion at that point is, we can put in with the mares. And hopefully we'll get to a point where, okay, yeah, these guys are not completely done. We're going to have to run around the edge of this field, which is fine. Yeah, I'm just going to drop this down. But yeah, like hopefully we can get to the point where we just have so many, it'll kind of depend, like I would like to have like 50 horses, and that we're just it's almost like a cycle where we breed them, we're getting new horses by the time the other ones are ready to be sold. Like then we can get new ones are born and all this stuff. But the problem with that is I have to ride these things every day, and it's hard. Well, it's not hard, but if we have 50 horses, riding 50 of them each month is going to be so time consuming, so absolutely time consuming. So I just got to kind of balance that. Like, what's the perfect amount of horses that we can have that isn't like such a project to have to ride them each day, but we also have 100 collectibles that we need to find, or 99 left. So, you know, we got to find those. It's like Pokemon balls. We got to catch them all. Yeah, I'm gonna go park this planter kind of over in the back 40 here, like where we had it. Danny's out here patrolling. What are you doing, Danny? That dog. Alright, let's drop those right there. Now, I kind of want to go swap tractors again so we can unload that food. Kind of... AI worker completed their task. Okay, perfect. This is a good time to swap tractors, I think. The only thing is we gotta fold these units up if we want to swap them over. Let's just get this tractor out of the way. And then we'll go unload those bags of food, drop it into... I don't think... Well, I know... Do I know that? I don't think we'll be able to fit all of the food in the one pasture. We might have to go put some in the OG pasture as well. Okay, let's go grab our... We'll go grab the pallet forks. And try and unload those bags. Those bags might actually be pretty heavy for this little 3650. It should do it, but... Yeah, like it definitely would. Like in real life, it definitely would be able to unload it. Okay, let's get connected onto these. Oh, that was that perfect. I guess I probably could have used the spike just to get through the top of it, but we'll use these forks. Can we thread the needle here? Nice. Hopefully I can just hang it right over and it'll just drop in real nice for us. Hopefully, of course. Yep, I did. Well, okay, let's just jump out here and take a look. Yeah, we got 9,000 liters of food in there. I wonder what I've got in here. There's 40, 49. I think I might bring that other bag over here, to be honest. I think I might. If we gotta go buy a couple more, that's fine. It's not really the end of the world. The horses don't go through that much food. Plus, we do have hay and carrots, but it's nice to have a good balance. Although we did dump a bunch of oats in that other... This is where it gets tricky. I'm just going to put the oats in this one, because we put a bunch of oats in that last pasture when we harvested last time. We put all of the oats in there, so I'm thinking, if anything, that's going to be light on hay, which we can obviously go put a bunch of hay in there. Is that all that it'll take? Okay. Well, that answers that. Let's go put the rest in that other one. I thought these bags only had 1,000 liters in them. They must have 2. Well, that's okay then. At least that thing is, or that pasture is right full of food. There we go. Okay. Well, there we go. We got a new pasture built. We got the ladies over there to test it out, break it in. They'll probably make it pretty nice. The boys got the place all to themselves. And our fields are almost done being planted. Well, they're definitely done being planted, but the whole rolling and situation is almost done. But what we now need to do is we need to get hooked onto our nitrogen. We got to start dealing with some of the nitrogen. So I want to put this front weight back on. And I'm going to go spread some nitrogen on these fields, whichever, I'm just going to go see whatever we can get on each field. I don't know the exact levels of everything. I haven't went and checked. I don't even really know, like, because we spread nitrogen on it before we were, like, when I was doing all my field prep. So it might not take too much, but we'll see. We got 1,266 liters in this tank right now, so we'll be able to know right away. It'll only spread what it needs to since I have it set to automatic, so we'll see. We can just tab back over in a second and find out. Fire this truck back up. Jeez, this truck's starting a little rough. Let's park this thing. Yeah, that thing's starting a little rough. Might have to get some new belts or something for it. Good lord. Yeah, see, so this thing isn't even putting down anything on this field. I'm just going to let it finish off, and just in case a little bit needs to get down on the edge or something, but we're still at 1,266 liters, so I'm thinking it's probably not even going to put anything down anywhere. It's probably just maxed right out to where it is. You know what? Yeah, I'm just actually going to take it off. What we'll do is we'll let a growth cycle get through on it, and then we'll come test it after. It should be the same thing for all these other fields, since I did the same process of cultivating the fields. We did the lime, we did the fertilizer, but I'm just going to leave this connected on in case we... because we're going to need it right next month when we go to when we start doing our chores, we're riding the horses and stuff like that. I cannot forget to mulch this year. I cannot forget to mulch this year. You guys can't let me forget to mulch after we harvest the oats. Okay? Deal? Okay. AI worker has finished their task. I'm going to get this last field rolled out. What I'll do is I'll bring you guys back in April once these fields are done, rolled out, and we'll be going through applying nitrogen, and I'll be riding the horses and getting all their health right up to snuff. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're just back here. It is April, and I need to deal with weeds. We always got to deal with weeds. I almost forgot about it this year, but I don't know what. I was like, oh yeah, just we're growing now. We planted, we're good to go. Nope, weeds. So I got the field kind of the furthest to the east there behind us done. And I'm going to set a worker doing these fields right now. I'm just going to hop out actually, and I'm going to run over and we're going to go ride some of the horses and get some of their health up. Let's open the gates. No one will run away, I don't think. I wonder if having them separated like this will kind of make it easier so that they don't like get like kind of like jammed out, if that makes sense. Just open the gate just to jump over it. Where all of a sudden I can't access one of the deers. One of the horses. I just go up to them and they kind of the little analog box doesn't pop up. I don't know if that'll change anything. I hope it does. I hope it does because I hate having to reset the game. One thing that's weird with my game right now, and so I kind of wanted to talk about this because I don't know how to fix it, and I have one idea left, and it's not really going. I don't know what's going to happen. Basically, and maybe someone can help me with this. I really hope someone can. When I try to start a new game save, it won't load any new maps. It won't load any new game. And this isn't really anything to do with Oats and Goats, just like in FS25 in general. I don't know what is going on. It seems like after one of the updates, it's bugged out. And because there's been a new bunch of new maps that have come out, and I've tried to load them up just to go check them out and see like what they're like. But every time I go, I'll be on my loading screen. It gets to 100%. I click start and nothing happens. The game just kind of like it doesn't freeze. Like it still's kind of like it's trying to run, but it won't. It won't open a new game save. It won't happen. Luckily, the older ones that I had saved will work. Like Oats and Goats will open. I haven't checked the Hard Times Hog Farm or Tassie. I haven't logged on to those in a while, but I have a couple other maps that I had set up where I would do tutorials on and stuff like that, and I would do some testing, and those maps will open, but no new ones will. So what I'm thinking is I have to re-download the whole game. I think something's just jammed out, and I might have to re-download the whole game. But obviously, I'm extremely worried that if I do that, I'm going to lose all my game saves, including this one. And so if I lost this game save, that would be really, really like crappy. It wouldn't be impossible to build it. Like I could recreate everything sort of, like I could take down how much money I have and the equipment and kind of all that stuff, and I could rebuild the farm so it looked the same. I could redo basically everything. The only thing that would be different is like maybe I wouldn't have the canola in the silos, which doesn't really matter. It's like 2,000 liters. Maybe maybe some of the farm would look slightly different, like if I couldn't put everything exactly back where it was. Maybe the horse names, like I could change the horse names, but their values would be off a little bit. Things like that. I just don't know, but I don't know what to do to fix my game not being able to open new game saves. I don't know if there's a way to like debug it or something without actually having to re-download the whole game. So if anyone out there is more techie than I am and knows what to do, I would really appreciate some advice. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna have to do that, and it's gonna be an insane amount of work to rebuild everything so I can keep filming these episodes. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I do not know what to do. But I'll get it sorted. I was really hoping that maybe some new updates would come out and it would kind of like unjam everything, if that makes sense, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. Okay, back to Oats and Goats though. We got to get all these horses rode. which we have our little loop around here. I still want to go get some of the collectibles. I kind of like our rule that we can only get collectibles if we're on a horse now. I think that's a good one because we'll be able to get the collectibles that are like quote unquote close to the farm, but anything kind of far away, we'll have to, really have to ride to go get, which I think is kind of like a fair trade-off. I think because now I want to collect them all, but it is kind of just like a cheesy free 5,000 bucks. So I don't want to go, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit till we're making some better money so that it's not just like a cheesy way to just go. Because like say we just take a horse one day, ride around and find like 10 of them. And it's just like a cheesy kind of 50K. I don't know. I don't want it to be like that. I honestly did not know. Dead serious. I knew there was collectibles on certain maps. See, like now I can't even brush this horse. Yeah. Can't even brush this horse, and there should be three in this pen, and there's not. So that didn't fix that weird little thing. But yeah, I knew there's collectibles on maps, and I don't even know if I've never really went and got collectibles. Once in a while, I've found something weird on different maps, hit the key, and it's like, oh, collectible. And maybe you did collect money, and I just completely forgot. It's never something I ever really focused on until we went to the cave, and there was just those golden apples sitting on the paths. I had no idea. So I don't, yeah, I don't, I want to collect them though now. It's like there's like 100 and some out there, but I don't want it just to be like a cheeky way to get cash. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll only kind of get collectibles once in a while, maybe. Something like that. Or maybe what we'll do is something like on Halloween or something each year. In October each year, we'll go for a ride after the fields are ready to go for winter and stuff. We'll go for a ride and see if we can get some Halloween treats and find some golden apples. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of save it for something like that. Take the horses for some long rides, go tour around the map a little bit, and yeah, yeah. Once we start progressing more and like where we're making better money, and like 5,000 bucks isn't like it's not making or breaking the bank, then we'll go really search for some more. But yeah, I think early game I should just wait. So that's yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, probably. Still like a bit of a challenge on these series, even though like we will get it. We just gotta slowly grind through and build the horse value up, ride them, do all that stuff, and we'll make good money. Plus the nice thing too is we don't really, other than I want to get that other field just to kind of keep our farm going, we're not going to need crazy amounts of money all the time. Like we don't really need any other bigger equipment. If something really good came through on sale, like maybe, but all our fields are small enough that the equipment that we have, it's not really like 6 meter hoeing unit. Like that does that field pretty quick. It probably takes like 3 or 4 minutes to get that field done. That's not that bad. It's not like we got some crazy 100-acre field where we've got to be spending 800 grand on a tractor with 700 horse to get the biggest, cultivators or harrows pulled across it, which is kind of nice. It's also, like I said, it's kind of weird that I'm just so used to these last few gameplay series where we were doing big field work because we had to put a lot of food and stuff through to the animals. Like that was a big thing. It's not such a struggle to feed these animals. I've said this in previous episodes. I'm just still kind of getting through it in my mind. Like it's nice that we're just not going through 150,000 liters of pig food every month and we're like struggling to keep them fed. The horses like barely eat anything. The goats just eat the meadow. They eat like nothing. So it's kind of nice. All right, let's just see. What do we got here? Groovy. Groovy was such a good pull. Such a good pull. This horse is almost worth like 30K. This will be it'll be getting to a good point too. Whoa, Groovy's only 98%. 98% riding. Let's go for a quick little spin here around the field. This is also like a good number of horses. It's like it's a good number of horses to manage. It's not too bad to have to ride the horses. See, that one won't let me get on. Mufasa. This is a new horse where I didn't just check right there. The value was like around 5 grand, which is crazy for a little one. This would be a colt. No, technically speaking, we probably wouldn't be riding a colt when it's 5 months old, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we don't need tons of cash. We paid back mom and dad. We have all the equipment that we have. We definitely can get through because we just did. And once we harvest all these oats, next year we'll plant some grass fields so that we can get a bunch of hay set aside. Once we do a good oat harvest, I think we'll do a good grass harvest. Get a bunch of we could either get some grass bales for the goats, and we can do a bunch of hay bales for the horses. Get that kind of stocked away in our storage facility. If we do a bunch of these fields with bales, we'll get 15, 20 bales probably off. Yeah, maybe 10 bales off of everything combined, something like that. Yeah, 10, 15 bales. Get that. So yeah, we might get more. Now that I'm thinking about it, we might get more. Either way, we'll go do a good grass harvest, get some good bales. Then we could jump back onto oats and just kind of go back and forth like that as we need with the food. Slowly sell the horses and get this field that's to my right so that we can kind of dedicate one of these fields to grass and then the rest to oats and just keep stockpiling hay and stuff. Even if we get a surplus of hay at one point, we can go sell it. Like we wouldn't make a ton of cash on it, but if we were getting a surplus on it, we could go sell it. And same with the oats. We probably will get to a point where we're on quite a bit of a surplus and we can just sell off the oats. Yeah, Mufasa's 3 months old and already almost worth 6 grand. That's awesome. That is very, very awesome. Okay, let's jump over to. We're just getting set to do headlands here, and then we're gonna keep going on weeds. Perfect. Okay, well, what I think we're gonna do is I think we're gonna end the episode here. And I'm just gonna kind of keep plugging along, doing these weeds, get these fields set, and next. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to do just before we end this episode. I do this all the time. I forgot. We have a contract to accept, or that we did. We did a plowing contract. If you guys remember, towards the end of last episode, I was gonna go do it. I did, and I always try to wait to collect it with you guys, so just you can see that. And I always forget. I always forget. I always got to be checking the missions to make sure we're collecting our cash. Like, well, let's just check the while we're in here. Is there something I should go do off camera? No, there's nothing really. Yeah, no, we're not going to go do any of those. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to end this episode there. I'll bring you back in episode. Yeah, the next episode we will be harvesting all of these oats. We obviously got to ride the horses and do a bunch of stuff. I don't know exactly when exactly we're going to be selling the next horse or a couple of horses, but we'll kind of get all of that sorted. And really, hopefully, we can sell one of the horses next episode, potentially Groovy, and start to get that next field. Obviously, in the fall of next episode, once we're harvesting, there'll be a bunch of contracts that we got to go do. We'll keep scraping together some cash, and we will definitely go for a ride and try and get a couple collectibles in October. So, thanks so much as always for watching. If anyone has any tips on what I could do to make it so I don't have to like delete my game and re-download it, that would be super handy to get it fixed. I would really appreciate that. If you haven't done so already, I truly appreciate it if you could hit that like, hit the sub, the notification bell, all that stuff. It really does help the channel. And yeah, I would really appreciate it a bunch. But don't ever feel like you have to, of course. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.